Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, December 31st. And boy, oh boy, the markets do not disappoint in the last trading day of the year as the SPY and S&P go out with a bang. We hit a new all-time high late in the day in both the S&P, SPY, and the Dow. Amazing finish. As after a very lackluster start to the day, an inside day down, we attempted not once, but 4 times in A, E, F, and J, only to finish with an inside day up and an outside day up on the last day of the year, which is incredibly bullish going into the new year. All 3 time frames are up, monthly, weekly, and daily. Closed just off the highs of the year. Spectacular finish. I had a good day today. Believe it or not, I only made 3 trades for the most part, and they were all longs in B, C, and K, which we'll go over in a minute. Let's just go quickly to Russell. So the Russell, 2 days in a row now, with pretty much a P shape for short covering. They had that huge sell tail from the 29th. They ate into it on the 30th. Could not even get to it today. So P shape, still a very good year overall for the IWM. Triple Qs, 4-day balance. Gap still holding from the 24th. They attempted late in the day. Again, they came out of an inside day to the downside. Bunch of times, finally rejected. Look at these 3 daily highs. So here's the all-time high from the 29th, 30th, and today. So we have 3 highs literally within 40, 50 cents of each other. Do not think that's going to hold as an all-time high. Russell also had an inside day down also in A and B, but never saw it again. So for us today, we had a dollar range for 9 time frames. Until J period decided to get the ball rolling. Now, I was expecting this market to move at some point. I thought it would be more likely in L and M, but J started the ball rolling early, and K, L, and M ran with it. As far as my trading today, and the volume overall was not good at all today. Overall, the volume was only 56 million, but M period was 18 million of it. So that puts things in perspective of what we did late in the day. So I did nothing in A period. I actually took a long in B. As we were one time framing up, took the 370 calls that expired today. Did it a couple of times. Came in. I added to it, went back up, same thing. I was doing that and kept them throughout B period. C period. Started with single prints. They were holding. I was waiting for the single prints to fill to get long again. That's what I did. The single prints filled. We held the opening, got long. And I'm going to say at least 3 or 4 times I took some off as it went up, added as it went back on. Finally, I took them off. I was like, we're not getting extension. We're not getting distance. I didn't think the buyers were going to hold on. And they didn't. D gave it up. But I didn't do anything. Now, I could have a couple of times. Could have got long at E or F low and rode it back up. Same thing in G. I could have taken short at G low. But what I was waiting for at the time was a new low to fade as long as we came back into the day's range. Same up here. I was waiting for a new high to short as long as we came back in the day's range. Now, obviously, J took that all off the table. Once we had the reversal bar, I told the room, I said that game plan for shorting and fading a new low is out the window. We went and got the overnight high. We got yesterday's POC. We got M's high. We got the afternoon rally high in a heartbeat. You knew something had changed. K open, went up, didn't chase it, came back in a bit. That's when I started my long, and I held it through K and actually held some of it through L right as we got to right above the all-time high. I took it off finally in L period. And then I let M do its own thing. I did not get involved. Very good day overall. Nice way to finish the year. Destinations for the new year. Well, there's two and only two. To the upside, 374.66, monthly high, all-time high, and then end period had to go and ruin things on 300 shares and tick 100 shares, it's 374.67, and 200 at 374.69. So my all-time high as of right now is in the overnight by 3 cents on 200 shares. Downside, a lot of things to lean on for the first day of the year. First and foremost, we had a price probe, which is L's high, of 373.74. Let me see where they have us closing officially. Looks like 373.88. Okay, we'll see if that stands. So 373.88. So 373.74 price probe. Then 3 sets of single prints. ES only have 2. First one in SPY held by a penny, 373.04. Second one starts at 372.77. L's low gets filled at 64. J's high. Third set started at 372.43. K's low and get filled at the initial balance high. B's high of 23 cents. So we had a dollar range, and then we went trend for 3 sets of single prints, and then we have today's low of 371.23. So let's look at the charts and where we are standing as we look to go into next year. I'm going to do SPY first, and then I will go over to Russell and the triple Qs. Okay. SPY monthly. I corrected the all-time high from that poor, how I remember. They are counting 378.46 as the all-time high. I am not. Will we get it? Probably, but I am not. So 374.66 is the all-time high. We are one time framing up in the monthly out of an inside month, healthy. Do we gap higher on Monday on a monthly gap? Remains to be seen. Weekly. Calling it up. I said if we closed above the previous all-time high of 372.46, I will call the weekly up. We are up in the weekly after a 4-week balance. Gap holding. Healthy. Daily. Calling it up. We came out of balance. Well, I mean, I'm calling it up. I mean, 374 was a previous all-time high. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, even though we closed inside of it at 373.88. But again, we have an outside day up, which is more important than anything. That's bullish. I'm calling it up. You can call it a 4-day balance, that they stretched it, whatever you want. I'm going to go out with a little of leniency since the market closed so well and call all 3 time frames up and see if they can continue on Monday. Now, as we get to, I'm going to show you the IWM and the triple Qs. Let's not forget, we have something very important coming on Tuesday with this Senate runoff. A win by the Republicans and this market, with all the time frames being up in the SPY and the ES, S&P, I don't doubt grinds higher to start the year. However, if the Democrats end up sweeping, I can see an initial shock, at least initially, because obviously there'll be no checks and balances, so I could see that. So just something to keep in mind as we go into Tuesday. Now, Russell, monthly, up, one time framing up, 3 months, tremendous distance away from the previous all-time high. Very healthy on the monthly for the Russell. Weekly. The weekly is incredible. Look at this. Is it getting stretched out? Without a doubt. But right now, you could have been saying that for a while. Well, it's going to stop here. It's going to stop here. The weekly is one time framing up since the week of November 2nd. 9 weeks. Pretty impressive. Until that stops, I wouldn't look to go short. Now, if we take out last week's low of 193.44, well then sure, you could look, at least you're back into balance. At least you put yourself into balance, and then you see if it wants to roll over. But for now, one time framing up 9 weeks. Amazing. Daily, balance. They had an inside day down that failed there. Now you can call this one-time framing down. We went balance and then we went, down. But whatever you want to call it, either 3-day balance or one-time framing down. Again, for the most part, it's balance. And then let's go to the triple Qs. Monthly. Just like us, one-time framing up 2 months out of an inside month. But we certainly don't have the distance that the Russell has. Triple Qs, we know that. Weekly is very impressive, right? SPY just went up this week. Look at the triple Qs. Except for an outside week up, that was the only week they took out a previous week's low. They would be one-time framing up also from November 2nd. Outside week up, set up the fuel for more upside action. So healthy in the weekly. And then in the daily, again, it's a 4-day balance with the gap holding here. So right now, everything is healthy. Obviously, this can change very easily if something comes on Tuesday that the market doesn't like. And that would be specifically, at least in the short term, with the Democrats winning the Senate. As far as other things are concerned, if you have a minute, again, I'm going to be doing a video probably this weekend to start a new pricing structure going forward. I won't start to February, so look forward to that. Other than that, have a happy, healthy new year. Stay safe, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.